back to a brand new video. Today I will be reviewing the movie To All the Boys I've Loved Before, which is the third movie to the series based off of the book. So this movie stars Lana Condor playing Lara Jean and Noah Centineo playing Peter Kavinsky, as well as Janelle Parrish playing Margot and Anna Cathcart playing Catherine, the little sister. So if you want to go check this movie out, it is on Netflix. But before we hop into how I felt about this movie, let's see what it's about. To All the Boys is a series of American teenage romance films based on the trilogy of novels on the same name written by Jenny Han. So pretty much if you haven't followed this movie from the beginning, you definitely want to check out the first two before you watch this one, because then there's no point in watching it because you don't really know what's going on. But anyways, it is a love story between Lara Jean and Peter Kavinsky, where it starts off by them fake dating until they catch feelings for each other, real feelings, and they actually get into a relationship. This movie was different from the other two just because the environment is constantly changing. So this movie starts off in, I believe it's Japan, correct me if I'm wrong, and then they fly back home where we are used to them filming, and then they take a school trip to New York, so Lara Jean gets away to New York with her fellow classmates and Peter, of course, and they come back home. So it's kind of jumping back and forth, which I kind of liked about it just because you get a new scenery within this whole movie rather than being used to like the diner and her house and school and all of that. So with this series, we are used to seeing Peter and Lara Jean on and off throughout the whole relationship, whether they were fake dating or real dating, which pulls on our heartstrings very much, or at least mine. And we definitely see that again in this third and final film. So that's the one thing about this series with the whole on and off thing. You should expect it by now, but you don't expect it at the same time. You know what I mean? Like beforehand watching it. But while you're watching it, it's just like, we've seen this before, but in a different environment over something different. So with this movie, it's about college, about them going to look at new colleges, applying for colleges, and them wanting to go to Stanford together. And we see Lara Jean waiting to hear back from them, to when we come to find out that she doesn't get in. So they plan for her to get into Berkeley, and after seeing New York's campus, she falls in love with the campus, of course, and that kind of brings like some tension between the relationship and a little bit of awkwardness, and she doesn't know how to break the news to him. And that was another thing with this film. Some of the parts were real, some of the parts were just like her imagining it, I guess you can say. When she ends up telling Noah that she fell in love with New York and is gonna go to New York and plans on it, I thought she was just like dreaming it. Like she was awake but kind of like playing it out in her head, which it wasn't, just because of how they set the scene and all of that. That definitely confused me for a minute because I was waiting for her to snap back out of it, but that never happened because it was actually happening. I will say though, the illustration in this film is really good, especially with the beginning on how it looked all drawn out with like all of the furniture and not paintings, but drawings. That was pretty cool to me. So we definitely see the stress that Lara Jean is under due to her waiting to hear back from Stanford, and after that happens, her deciding, do I want to go to New York or do I want to go to Berkeley and save my relationship, but will I regret it in the future? And the whole breaking up with him and having an argument with her sister. I think we definitely see that straining her mentally and emotionally throughout this film, just because she's trying to please everybody rather than putting herself first. But when she finally puts herself first, you can see that she's happier, but at the same time she's down because she's not with Peter. Looking at this whole movie as a whole, I didn't enjoy as much as I enjoyed the first two movies, just because we've seen it before with the last two films. Like I already mentioned, like it's on and off, on and off. She's putting everybody first. They're cute together, they break up, they get back together, and it's like nothing ever happened. I felt connected with this film just because I've been watching it since the first movie, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, I've already seen this. I still connected with this movie emotionally, but it's nothing new. I feel like we kind of knew what was coming and how it was gonna end. Even if you didn't read the books, I didn't read the books, but I still enjoyed the watch. So I like how this series ended on a good note. However, I do wish we knew if they ended up together or not in the long run, like forever or not, if they break up again, what splits them up, and all of that, and the stress and how they're just dealing with the long distance relationship. And I don't think we'll ever find out because this was the last movie to the trilogy, especially with the books. So I don't see there being another movie, obviously. And I also just like this movie just because you've seen them from the jump and you see them grow up and just kind of evolve into who they are now, which I really liked because you see them maturing and they're not stuck with like that high school mentality and this and that. But anyways, with all of that being said, I gotta give you guys my rating on this. So like I said, this is my least favorite amongst all three movies. So I would probably give this like a 68, which is kind of rough. It took a low blow on this one. It definitely dropped down in my opinion. Like, I get the plot and all of that, and it comes to an end, and I feel like they wanted to end it on a good note. Like, it gets low before it gets high again, and just have them finish their high school career. In a sense, we see all of them starting a new journey in their life, whether it be Lara Jean and Peter, or even Kitty, or even the dad starting a new life with his new wife. But anyways, that's the end of this review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it more than I did. Comment down below what you thought about the movie, like what rating you would give the movie, and if you agree or felt different than what I had to say with this review. And don't forget to leave a big thumbs up on this review as well. But anyways, without further ado, my name is Nicole, and we'll catch you next time.